Welcome to the Woodshop stop. Today we're going to make a chisel sharpening jig or a planer blade sharpening jig. We're going to use old drawer slides for this. You don't have to throw those drawer slides away anymore because I've just figured out what you can do with part of them. First, I'm going to cut off the end. I cut about 2 inches off the end, and that's right about where the little metal flap is and the 2 holes near the wheel. So here you can see the 2 holes there. So that's about 2 inches. And you'll need 2 of these for the jig. Next, I use an awl to punch in a point for the drill to follow, because I'm going to drill 2 new holes. Even though we have the existing holes, they're in the wrong orientation. So we need 2 new holes. I'm going to do this at the drill press. As you can see, I'm putting a drop of oil in the spot for the drill, and I'm holding this piece by that flap with a vice grip. Here are the 2 pieces. You can see I've got the 2 new holes. They don't have to be exact. After I drilled the holes, they push through a burr, so I'm grinding the burr flush with the grinding wheel. Next, I mark off the center line of my block. This block is about 4.5 inches long and 3 inches wide. I want to create a space in the center for a 2-inch blade. That would be a planer blade. So that leaves me about a 1/2 inch on either edge for me to put a slot. See, I marked off the 1/2 inch and made a line. Now I'm going to use this chisel that I have to kind of approximate where I want the slot to start and finish for the clamping piece that I'll have to add later on. And then I'll mark the spot where I'll drill the hole. Now I'm using a 1/4 bolt and wing nut, so I need to drill out at least a 1/4 or a 250, 280 diameter hole for that bolt to fit into. Here I'm getting a rough estimate as to how high I need to make the back piece. I've got another piece of oak. It's a 1x, and it's a 1x3. Here I'm drilling the holes out that will create the slot. This drill size is not a 1/4 inch. It is a 280 diameter. So it's just slightly bigger than the 1/4 inch that you'll need for the bolt to fit into. Now I'm drawing the lines for the slot. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, so you won't miss out on good videos from the Woodshop stop. Here you see I've got the lines. Now I'm going to cut these out on my scroll saw. Now I won't bore you with all the cut work, but I show you how I put the blade through the hole and then cut it out. I made the mistake of putting the camera on the bench with the scroll saw, so it's a little bit shaky. Sorry about that. But then you have to loosen up the tension on the blade and then unlock it, pull the blade out, and then you can slide your piece off. And then do the same thing for the other side. Put it back on, lock the blade in. Tighten it down, and then increase the tension again. I like to increase the tension so that the blade has a nice ping to it once I flip it with my finger. It's a high pitch sound. Okay, I've got the slots cut out. Now I'm just kind of smoothing everything out with a file. I actually go in with a chisel and kind of pare out some of the material to get everything nice and even. And as you can see, the bolt fits in there pretty good. Now I've got the holes marked for the wheel assembly that's going to be attached to the bottom. And I've also added the block to the bottom of that original piece, as you can see. Now I'm about to screw in the screws to hold the wheels on. Now I know everybody has at least one set of old drawer slides that they really don't want to use because everybody's using the newer ones nowadays. So now you've got something that you can use these drawer slides on. And it works pretty good. Now I've got to create the hold down mechanism, and it's back to the piece of drawer slide that's left over. And I'll cut a section out of this. As you can see, there's two holes in there. One was a perfect fit, but the other wasn't. I had to enlarge just a bit. But after I cut the piece off, I'm smoothing out the rough edges and sharp corners on the grinder once again. Now a little more fitting going on here, as you can see. And here's the first test run. I've found the angle at least pretty close to the angle that I need, and it seems to work pretty good. Now I'll do the flat side. This chisel wasn't very dull. It's pretty new, so it didn't take a whole lot. But you can see where the shiny spots are where we hit with the sandpaper. And it cleaned up the little burrs that were on there, I think. I did hit it with the leather afterwards. But let's test it out and see how it works. Does a pretty good job. Just doing a little shaving here. Now I got a cheap hand plane blade in here. It was in pretty rough shape. So I'm starting here with some 240 grit. This is from a small block plane that I picked up at an estate sale, I think, for $6. So it wasn't in the best shape, and it's cheap, like I said. Now I'm switching to 500 grit. Put a little water on there. After using 1000 grit, it's sharp enough to cut paper. Well, here's the block plane that I mentioned. It still has the $6 price sticker on it from the estate sale. It's just a little cheap one. But as long as you get the blade good and sharp, it should work great. Here it is in action. Let's see how square it cut. Oh, that's pretty good. Thanks for watching the video. Peace out.